2 seed out east isn't over yet. What a game we had at the Mecca last night between the Celtics and the Knicks. Aw, Deuce, my favorite. Is it a sour candy? Is it gum?
It's so sour.
I love it. I love it so much. It's all right, buddy. You can
We've all been there.
Truly. There's Pops Tatum. Back to the scene of the drama. Not tonight. Look at that. Tatum for 3. Easy does it. Just putting up for MSG and for
you got Mitchell Robinson on him.
Truly.
He's going to have to do that.
He has to do something.
I mean, Mitchell tried, but
alas. Look at Juice. Loving it. All right, the Knicks fighting back, of course.
Oh.
A tight game the whole night. Come on, Cat.
Behind the back.
I want that Chanel beanie that Fat Joe has. And now we're tied at 101. We're in the 4th quarter. All right, Captain. Brunson with the jumper. Celtics looking to respond. This was the story of the game. Ooh. Fireman having himself a night. 6 threes.
He has had himself a year.
Truly. Unsung hero. Speaking of heroics, Josh Hart. Down to the wire here. Final minutes.
See, and you notice that lefty pass from Brunson? Because he's left-handed.
Exactly. What a lucky dude. The Southpaws are something special. Here's Hart.
I mean, they're daring him to beat them, and he did.
Yep. That's it. Hart scored 15 points in the 4th quarter alone, finished with 26 on the night. Huge night for him. Even bigger one for the Knicks as they take the victory 112 to 106, and Madison Square Garden erupts. What a night. Yes, give him the cape. Let's go ahead.
You've always talked about how when teams are going to leave you open, you have to make them pay. Is this something you've just been working on all season?
Yeah, Joe and Pete, I've been working with them shooting every day. The first half I was asked. So I had, the second half I knew I had to bring it.
To Josh's credit, Boston, their game plan was to let him shoot, and he stepped up and and he knocked down big shots. If they leave any of our guys open, we want our guys to let that thing fly, and Josh did tonight, knocking down big shots.
The Knicks won their 52nd game of the season, their most in the Jalen Brunson era, and most since winning 54 back in 2012-2013. Right, we've got Kendrick Perkins, Ramona Shelbourne here with us. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz in for Malika. Hey, Perk, do you agree with Mike Brown that the Knicks are heading in the right direction for the postseason?
Hey, MJ, Ramona, listen. I know at times I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm always a butter knife in the drawer, okay? And I will say this. They are finally listening. They get it. Something I've been asking from the Knicks all season long. And guess what? Listen to what Jalen Brunson had to say.
Do you know why it took so long to start running that more often?
No.
Do you think it's an effective play that maybe should have been utilized a little bit earlier?
Very effective play.
Good talk.
That's all I've been asking for all season long is the 2-man game between Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. And last night we saw a prime example of it, especially late in the 4th. And here's the luxury, right, of having a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, because you never know what he's going to do. He set a hell of a screen. Derek White probably was looking for him to pop. All of a sudden he rolls to the basket, perfect pocket pass from Jalen Brunson. Now, same action. All right, he goes under. One of the best shooting bigs to ever play the game of basketball. Jalen Brunson delivers a dime on time, on target, and now they're finding their chemistry. And when you think about the last 2 games, they rank first. They rank first when you look at the 2-man action. So they're finding the recipe and they're trending in the right direction. And if they're trying to get to where we know they're trying to go, it's going to have to be with the chemistry of those 2 guys offensively, and especially late in the 4th with that 2-man action.
Look, they've always had this, right? They've always had that two-man game. It's just a question of whether other teams take it away from them, and then do the Knicks have a counter? And I think they had it so well at the beginning of last season, then teams started adjusting. They threw a different defense at them. The Knicks had no counter, part of the reason why Tom Thibodeau is no longer the head coach of the Knicks. And I think it's taken until now for them to rediscover this. Now it's a matter of how do teams adjust to this afterwards. But because they haven't been running this as much as you've been calling for Perkins, pretty much everyone in New York has been saying, run the two-man game. Carl Towns has had to find other ways to score. He's had to find those garbage man points, right? And I think that's actually going to be good for the Knicks in the long run, because it does give them a different look and a different way to score than just that two-man game. Because in the playoffs, in a 7-game series, especially with Boston, like Jaylen Brown didn't play last night. They know they're going to play each other in the playoffs. They're holding something back. Yeah. Okay, these two teams have studied each other. They know each other.
The bigger strategy, it always comes down to that, no question. On the other side, it was an emotional night for Jason Tatum, returning to New York 11 months after tearing his Achilles in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semis. After the game, Tatum spoke on getting over the mental hurdle of being back at MSG.
It was a big moment, big hurdle for me. You know, I was nervous and anxious to come back here. You know, obviously I wanted to win and play great, but more importantly, I just kind of wanted to walk off the court, you know, on my own 2 feet.
Yeah, Tatum logged 39 minutes, 45 seconds against the Knicks, his most regular season minutes in nearly a year. The last time he had more time against this squad was on April 8th of 2025. And yes, it was at Madison Square Garden. So, Perk, now that we've seen Tatum really stretch himself out in that arena, what's your biggest question left for the Celtics heading into the last week of the regular season?
It's not one. I think Jason Tatum has answered my question, and that's, can he be a Robin to Jaylen Brown? And the answer is yes. That's what he's going to be. Is he going to have moments where he's going to look like Batman throughout the course of the postseason? Absolutely. But he's all in. And what shows me that he's all in is because he's had 10 games with a double-double. He's been a monster on the glass. He's dishing out the rock. And what showed me the week that the last week when they played the Hornets, Jaylen Brown was out. Jason Tatum went for 32. When Jaylen Brown came back, I believe 2 or 3 days, two or 3 days later, Jaylen Brown erupted for 40 plus, and JT went back to that Robin role. So he's just an acceptance of it. That's all that you need if you're Coach Mazzulla.
You know, I was talking to Jason Tatum last week when they were down in Miami, and one of the things I picked up is he's grateful to Jaylen Brown for being as good of a leader to this team, for keeping the Celtics in it, because now that Jason Tatum is back, this matters now. Like, he could get back this season and the Celtics would be in the play-in. But Jaylen Brown is a top 5 MVP candidate this year, and he's led this team. They followed him. And I think Jason Tatum's done a good job of just fitting in where they need him. As Perk mentioned, he's been great on the boards. He's always been a great rebounder, but he's led them in rebounding since he's come back. I mean, that's, to me, fitting in. And I think it's going to be interesting when we get to the playoffs, and that pecking order comes into play as teams try to force one guy, where they clamp down on Jaylen Brown. They say, okay, Jason beat us. In the past, it's been Jason Tatum being that guy who gets the last shot. Let's see what happens when we get in a 7-game series, and does that same pecking order that's been the case all season long, does that hold?
The pecking order is very important, but don't forget guys like Pritchard and Derek White and Shireman and all these guys who have really stepped up.
Right.
Great point by you. All right, let's pivot over to some breaking news in the W. I don't know if sources can really get any closer than this. Our very own Chiney Ogwumike breaking the news that her sister, Nneka Ogwumike, is returning to the LA Sparks, where she previously played 12 seasons and, quote, is looking forward to returning home. Come on down, Nneka. Okay, so how big of a deal is it to have Nneka coming back to LA?
I think it's huge. I think it says the Sparks are ready to play again. They're not just rebuilding. They're not just playing for draft picks. They are getting veterans out here. They've obviously discussed a trade for Ariel Atkins. Let's see if that goes through coming up over this weekend. But they're looking for vets. And can you think of a better mentor for Cameron Brink than Nneka Ogwumike?
Literally cannot.
I mean, what? Like, you don't go get a vet like Nneka just because she wants to ride off into the sunset in LA. No, this is because she's still got a lot left. And they intend to do something this year with Kelsey Plum and Nneka and everybody they're trying to build around.
It's going to be huge. What is the signal for Seattle?
Not good. I mean, when Nneka went there, it was a big coup for them with Skylar, and I think it's They got some big free agents there. Gabby Williams, Skylar Diggins. I've heard that both of them could be on the move. Gabby Williams, we've heard connected to Minnesota. Skylar Diggins, Chicago. That could obviously go into LA. This is they all have other options, so we'll see what free agency brings in over the next weekend. But that trio, they didn't win, right? And that's what happens when you don't win. They start to rebuild. They have Dominique Malonga. They can rebuild on her. They got another good draft pick, but we'll see what happens.
The wheels keep turning because also in free agency, Alyssa Thomas is finalizing a deal to return to Phoenix, according to Anscape's Sam Hurd. Thomas led the Mercury to the WNBA Finals in her first season with the team and has finished in the top 5 of MVP voting each of the last 4 seasons. So plenty of other star players are finalizing deals to return to their teams per ESPN reports. Alicia Gray is working toward a deal with the Dream, as well as Arike Agumbawale with the Wings, Jewel Lloyd with the Aces, and Kelsey Mitchell with the Fever. The 30th annual WNBA draft is Monday night on ESPN and the ESPN app. The Dallas Wings, they have the very first pick. They are followed by the Lynx, Storm, Mystics, and Sky. The expansion, Toronto Tempo, and Portland Fire have the 6th and 7th picks. Our coverage begins with the WNBA countdown at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. All right, coming up, just when the Sixers were fighting to stay out of the play-in, everything changed overnight. Can Philly survive this late-season gut punch? Plus, tonight, both LA teams aren't just playing for a win. They're playing for where their postseason begins. What's on the line and what a loss could mean? And still to come, we're just 1 month from the NBA draft lottery. With the race regular season, a major story we'll be watching. The Sixers announced that Joel Embiid underwent successful surgery for appendicitis on Thursday. Philly sits in the 8th spot in the East with just 2 games left in the regular season. Here's head coach Nick Nurse.
It's a tough blow. I think that the biggest thing right now is that, Joe comes out of the surgery, best as possible, and all that goes well. As far as, that's where most of my thoughts are right now. But I'm the leader of the team. I got to pick the guys up, and they'll understand the situation, and we've got to be professional, and we've got to go try to figure it out the best we can.
The Sixers are most likely going to be in the play-in, which starts as early as Tuesday, depending on what seed they finish it. Ramona, both you and I have dealt with appendicitis, unfortunately. How much time is Joel expected to miss?
I mean, look, they're not going to put a timeline on this yet because it's going to depend on how he comes through this and how his initial recovery goes. But generally speaking, appendicitis and surgeries afterwards, we're talking weeks. This is a couple weeks, whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So if you're the Sixers, I don't think you can count on him at all for that play-in game. And maybe if you can get out of the play-in and get into the first round, could he come back? When I saw this, my thought went back to Joel Embiid's history in the playoffs. I'll never forget 2018. Sixers had a good team, and remember he broke his face for the first time? Broke his face, orbital fracture.
Your whole face.
Concussion. He came back, I think, game 3 of that series. Then there was knee tendonitis, a meniscus, another orbital fracture, another broken face, ligaments. There was a knee sprain in the playoff. I mean, remember the Bell's palsy in 2024? This guy,
like a Reiki cleansing something.
I don't know. And it's always this time of year. Like, his whole plan is to be healthy for this time of year. And this is a very strange thing to happen. I mean, appendicitis just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Mine was just one day you wake up like that. And from what I understand, that's what happened to Joel. He just woke up, reported feeling sick. They took him to the hospital, and he had to have emergency surgery.
Awful. And, Perk, this kind of time could really change a lot for the Sixers.
Oh, absolutely. And look, one of the best thing that Adam Silver and the NBA has done was the addition of the play-in tournament. But again, when you talk about the 76ers, in my opinion, they're not going anywhere without Joel Embiid. And it's unfortunate to me when I think about this situation because they had a plan in place. That plan in place was actually working this season for Joel Embiid. We started the season, we watched him at the beginning of the year when he came back in December, I believe it was, and he wasn't dunking. And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, he got his first dunk, then his second dunk. And then all of a sudden, we started to see him be a rim protector, blocking shots and getting up and down the floor. So the plan was working, and all of a sudden, you get to this point, It's just bad luck, and I hate it because he's one of the most talented centers this game has ever seen.
Yeah, especially with the type of season he's had and the ramp-up he had up to this point. All right, let's go coast to coast to check in on the rest of a very tight Eastern Conference. And we're starting in Toronto. The Raptors sweep back-to-back games against the Heat and hold the 5 seed. Jurassic Perk was pretty high on these guys earlier in the year. How are you feeling right now, Perk?
I'm feeling great. I mean, look, I picked my Raptors to make the playoffs, and damn it, they're going to make the playoffs. They're well coached. They play agenda-free basketball, and their leader, Scotty Barnes, don't get enough credit for what he brings night in and night out on both ends of the floor.
Now, in Atlanta, the Cavs and Hawks play tonight. Cleveland is resting Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen. If the Hawks win, it could set up a first-round series between those two teams. Ramona, should the Cavs like this matchup?
I mean, I think Atlanta's been on one in the second half of the season. I think it's a dangerous match. But if you're Cleveland, you just got to go through people. You got to get to there healthy. And so you got to rest on James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, and make sure that they're healthy going into that series.
All right, over in Charlotte, the Pistons are in town. Last time they played, it got a little spicy. 4 players were suspended for that game in February. A lot of spicy. This is also a possible first-round playoff series. Perk, you expect cooler heads tonight?
Oh, absolutely not. Look, they're not going to fight, but you better believe that they're going to be competing. I believe Beef Stew is back as well as
Oh,
Cade.
my gosh.
It's going to be some, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be ready to get their feet hot. Not in a fighting way, but an old school 90s physicality, basketball in the trenches type way.
Let's go. That's all we want. Now, the only seed in the East that is 100% confirmed, the Pistons at number 1. Everything else is still in play. The top 4 will be rounded out by Boston, New York, and Cleveland in some order. And then the real chaos happens from 5 to 10. For example, Charlotte could end up in any of those spots. A lot to be decided this weekend. But fortunately, you do not have to wait because we have the Perk-dictions right now, Perk. Let's start
You've
with
been
the
waiting
East
for this
playing.
segment.
What is your crystal ball saying?
Well, it's been a minute, and again, this is why I love Adam Silver. One of the reasons, the addition of the play-in tournament. To me, the playoffs started 2 months ago. Now, I'm going to show you how the East is going to shake out. I got the Hornets and the Magic are going to match up in the play-in tournament.
Okay.
And I have the Hornets beating the Magic because I trust the Hornets and their culture more than I trust the Orlando Magic. So now that puts the Orlando Magic down at the bottom to play the winner out of the 76ers and the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, they've been struggling. I just don't like their chemistry, their offense, and I understand that's Eric Spoelstra coaching, but I got to go with Tyrese Maxey and Paul George because they've been balling. So you slide them over. Now they got to play the Magic, all right, to see who's going to get that 8th spot in the Eastern Conference. And guess what? I'm actually rolling with the Orlando Magic. I think Paolo Banchero is going to rise to the occasion. The 76ers with no Joel Embiid. And so now all of a sudden you got the Hornets at the 7th seed. We have the Magic at the 8th seed. And now we're ready to rumble.
Oh, all right, Perk. So here's a full playoff bracket. Ramona.
So here we are.
Yeah. Walk us through, Perk.
Oh, you're going to go all the way through.
So now, first round of the Eastern Conference. First round of the Eastern Conference, we're going to have a brawl for it all. We got the Pistons versus the Magic. I can see that series going 5 games. Pistons favoring the Pistons. We have the Cavs and the Raptors. That series will go 7 games. I'm going to give a slight edge to the Cavs. Then we have the Knicks and Hawks. I think the Knicks will get them in 6 games. The Hawks will win 2 in that series. Celtics, Hornets. You talk about some action right there. LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Celtics get them in 6 games. What you think, Ramona?
I like that, although I kind of feel like Cleveland going to play Atlanta. I think that 4 or 5, I think that's going to be Cleveland, Atlanta. And then Knicks, Raptors. I think those 2. I like who you picked to win. But I feel like those 2 series might be different than how they finish this weekend.
All right. We will find out very soon. I took a...
It's whatever you need, man. 7-1 blade.
Oh, LeBron!
Everything is in it.
I'm locked in on the prototype.
James! It all depends what you need.
What a night for LeBron!
You want a carbon copy? I can do a little bit of this.
He's looking to take over.
So I can do a little bit of that.
Who else but the king?
A lot of bit of that.
How they sleep on me, but I seen everything come true. I'm saying, man.
Whatever you need, bro.
Let's go! Whole black down to KO.
My name should be Costco, for real.
Hey, if LeBron wants us to call him Costco, so be it. We shall call him Costco. Everything was on display last night in the Bay. Can you imagine? All right, there's LeBron plus the foul. He knows it. You know he got an attitude when you see that face.
Oh, yeah.
By the way. Just an easy three.
Well, the Lakers were playing what was left of their starting lineup.
Correct.
The Warriors were playing Draymond Green and
Bronny over to Pops.
Other guys. First son-to-father assist in NBA history.
I love it. I love it. All right, final seconds of the quarter.
Thought he was going to travel.
So serious. It's too much. Go. Just another day in the life of LeBron James, honestly.
Still got it.
Early second. LeBron, doesn't matter how many people are on him, still got the three. We jump to the third. A little role reversal. LeBron to Bronny. Not one, but two LeBron on there.
Little father-to-son assist.
It is very wholesome content, I will say. Fourth quarter.
Played a lot in this game.
On the break.
Points.
LeBron hammers it home.
I mean, what's he thinking in the dunk contest?
Vintage LeBron, 26, 8, and 11. Lakers win 119 to 103.
Steph wore the LeBron shoes.
At this point, with everything going on, what's required? What do they need from you, Bron?
Everything. So, when nothing changes for me, it's just back to the old ways, and I got to give them my leadership both on the floor and off the floor. I got to lead in all facets on the court. I got to both ends. It's what the job requires. So, look forward to it and see what we can get done.
LeBron has not played like he's 41 the last two games. He followed up his 39-15 game Sunday at Dallas by putting up a 26, 8, and 11 line last night in the Bay. Hey, Perk, LeBron says the Lakers need everything from him, but can James give them enough to really keep the Lakers afloat?
Y'all know how I feel about Bron. I feel like to me, he's the greatest. He's the greatest player to ever touch the damn basketball. He is the GOAT. But when you look at this roster, talking about being in the tough Western Conference, possibly facing a Rockets team that's red hot right now, that got so much speed and athleticism, especially on the perimeter, and you not having your other two horses or may not have your other two horses available, he may be able to squeeze 2 wins out of the first round, but them getting past the first round without Luke and Austin Reeves on their side is not happening.
Perk, I'm from Hollywood, okay? We live in Los Angeles. LeBron's been trying to write that Hollywood ending. I mean, this is on a platter for him. Like, just write the final, the scene there. I mean, everybody's out. His back's against the wall. Can he still have it? I mean, it sets up for it. I don't know that they can beat Houston with as well as Houston is playing right now. But if they can win out here, and they're playing Phoenix tonight, I think a lot of guys in Phoenix are going to sit. Devin Booker going to sit. Because they're kind of locked into that 7 seed. And then they got Utah in the last game. That's a win. They win out. They get the 4 seed. Home court advantage. From what I understand, there's a chance Luka could come back later in the first round. He's in Spain. He's getting treatment every day. A lot of people on the team are talking to him every day. He's engaged. I don't think there is a chance Austin Reeves can come back in the first round. They're not planning on that or expecting it. But there is a chance. And so even if Luka's not able to make it all the way back in the first round, that does give them some hope. And then you got LeBron James out there who might have enough left. Might. You have guys who are lottery picks. I know what J.J. Redick is saying to those guys. DeAndre Ayton, you were the #1 pick once upon a time. Luke Kennard was a lottery pick. Rui Hachimura, these guys all have talent. Marcus Smart probably going to come back tonight from that ankle injury. He's been out for 8-9 games here. But they're getting their guys back, and they just have to extend the series. If they can extend the series, one or two at home, maybe there's a chance Luka comes back.
Seems plausible there, Perk.
Hollywood ending? Got it?
I don't see that happening. and to be honest with you, I mean, I know everybody in Hollywood, they want to act and they want to go to the top, but it's hard. It's hard in this tough Western Conference. But again, I know one thing about LeBron. he's going to go and leave it all out on the floor. He's going to go out there and have zero regrets from an individual standpoint. It's the people around him, the personnel. Now, if you took this Lakers team that they have that with Luka and Austin Reeves being out, if it was in the Eastern Conference, we might be having a totally different conversation. But a tough Western Conference, especially having to match up against a Rockets team that's led by KD that finally look like they're clicking on all cylinders, I just don't see it happening. Their ceiling is a first-round exit.
I hear you. I will say this about LeBron, the ensemble and all around him. If you're asking him to put a team on his back just right now, it's perfect timing. You didn't ask him to do it the whole season. But right now in the playoffs, he's got it. He could do it.
He can certainly deliver the line.
At least.
Take everything.
All right, let's see how that plays out. Meantime, the other team in LA has a massive game tonight. The Clippers can clinch the 8th seed with a win in Portland. But if the Blazers win, they would just need a win Sunday against the Kings to clinch the 8 and a trip to Phoenix for that 7th game.
Guess who's going to play in the 65th game of the year today?
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
Let's go.
All-NBA?
And who better to talk tonight's pivotal Portland showdown than Trailblazer stars Deni Avdija and Toumani Camara. So great to see you guys. Thanks for being on with us here on NBA Today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so let's get into it. Deni, I'm going to start with you. You just heard us talk about what's at stake really tonight in Rip City. So how is the team approaching this game against the Clippers with the 8th seed on the line?
Well, first of all, I feel like the whole season we approach each game like, one game. I feel like we're competitive. We have the energy. Every night we're trying to be focused on details and really trying to fight out there and be scrappy. But tonight is special, definitely for really, really important for us for the 8th seed. So it's definitely going to be a good game. We're definitely ready. And the coach is doing a good job of preparing us. And I think this game means a lot to us. So we're coming up.
No question. Now, both of you actually arrived just after the departure of Damian Lillard. Toumani, you were actually in that trade with Dame. So what's it been like to have that top 75 all-time player back in the locker room? Toumani, I'll start with you.
It's been great. It's been great. Talking to us a lot. All the little things, details that he can add to the team, leadership-wise also, and how to finish games or how to prepare himself in a better way. I feel like it's every time you have that type of caliber player in your team, it's going to help you in a lot of different aspects. But yeah, it's been very helpful this year for sure.
Now, I think it's important to give people their flowers while they're around. So, Deni, I'm going to start with you because Toumani went from the number 52 pick in 2023 to making second team all-defense just a year later. What makes him such a tough defender?
Well, first of all, I'm having fun playing with him because, he understands basketball. In the end of the day, he's always trying to make the right play. He's always trying to compete. And he impacts the game in so many ways. I mean, you're talking about his defensive presence. I mean, he's always been good and guarding and locking up guys, but, his offensive abilities are coming along. He's showing a lot more and he improves. And I think he has a lot more to him to show. And
you've seen his game evolve really since he first arrived at Portland.
He always been great offensively and defensively, so always been a great player. But I think it's been really fun to play together and finally be able to have a first postseason experience together. And we both thriving right now. So yeah, it's been a good time for sure.
And it's been so fun to watch you guys play together too. But now I want to have a little fun, put you up against each other before we let you go. Just a quick game of rapid fire, nothing too intense. But here we go. Who has a better celebration? Toumani's The Box or Deni's You Can't See Me?
I'm gonna say he's more creative.
Really? Okay.
I mean, I took from John Cena, so that's not really fair. I'm gonna give it to him.
Who has a better nickname? Is it Turbo or The Shadow?
I mean, the Shadow or the...
I think they're both really good, but Turbo really, matched him just because of his speed offensively and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Turbo for sure.
Okay, we're getting into the nitty-gritty here. Who has better style?
Oh, you can't do that, though. You can't do that. Everybody fits their style. Yeah. I feel like if Toumani wears my kind of style, it will look good on him, but it feels something about, it'll feel off a little bit.
Sure.
I feel like he has his own unique style that he does. You know what I'm saying?
We thrive. We both thrive in our areas. I would say.
Last thing before I let you guys go, Deni, tell us something that maybe we don't know about Toumani that he'll allow you to say publicly.
I think he makes really good music.
Oh, okay. Come on, Beats. Come on, Bars.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go public on Spotify and Apple Music. Y'all just gotta let him know.
Drop the track. Drop it, Tumani. Same question for you. Something we don't know about Denny.
He's actually a good singer. He got a good voice. Good singer.
Making the band. Come on, you guys. We got to get this together. It's too good.
Wow.
I really appreciate both of you. Good luck tonight against the Clippers. We will be watching closely.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
2 games left in the regular season. It's a race to the bottom for multiple teams. Hey, our Brian Windhorst was fired up on Get Up this morning about one very specific matchup.
We have arrived at the tanking Super Bowl. I think it merits what we have to watch tonight. We've worked for months to get here. The teams have worked hard. We have arrived. I give you the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Utah Jazz, a game that nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to win. If Memphis wins this game, they could lose 7% chance at the top 4. If Utah wins this game, they could lose 10%. Do you know what Utah has gone through? They could lose 10%? Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Memphis has 12 players out tonight.
I think it legit might be 13.
And another who's
honestly
listed as doubtful. 90% of their salaries are on the bench tonight. Utah has 8 players out tonight. Peter, you think I am kidding what I'm about to tell you. I am telling you, if you showed up on the bench and dressed in a Jazz or Grizzlies jersey, the coach would not only put you in the game, he would run plays for you. This is going to be theater.
I really wish that Wendy would open up more and tell us how he really feels about it all.
Is there a flight that's going to get me to that game? Because I'd like to put that theory into test.
Shoot your shot, quite literally.
Never got a chance. Why not take it?
Might as well.
Our hoops analysts here, King McClure and Sean Farnham, join us in the studio because, guys, the draft lottery, it's 1 month from today. And our scientists have been in the lab busy building a draft simulator. So why don't we take it for a little spin, a test drive, if you will, and see who gets the #1 pick. Ooh, this is fun. Let's spin lottery. Well. All right.
All right. Well, first of all, the Hawks would be so excited they made that trade last year that sent Derek Queen to the Pelicans. I think, regardless of who was up there, I think A.J. DeBonsa has separated himself. He would be my #1 pick there.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. When you look at this play, especially when Richie Saunders went down, A.J. DeBonsa is the only right answer.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. You want to do one?
And this is a loaded draft. Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Because I want to try to see if we can get the Pacers out of the top 5. Yes, this is perfect.
Look, you did it.
Okay, because then the Clippers get this pick, and as an avid Clippers fan, that's what I'm hoping for right now. Sacramento, by the way, you're still drafting A.J. DeBonsa. Let me tell you why you want to draft A.J. DeBonsa, okay? He was so dynamic at the college game, but even in more open floor, he's going to be great. He's isolating his defensive player. He's reading the secondary defensive player. He wants to get to this logo portion. This is where his money spot is. And even though he's a little bit slight of frame, at 6'9", he is silky smooth with the ball, bounces off the defensive player. That's an unblockable shot. Now let's think again. Open floor, how his elite level athleticism, his 40-plus inch vert is going to play off. As we freeze this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive players. He knows he's watching this trail here. This is the only guy he's got to beat. And if he can cross him over because he's not going to get to him, he's going to score. He doesn't see a disadvantage. He sees an advantage, and then he finishes like that. He is such a dynamic player that has pro moves already, a pro skill set. He led the nation in scoring. He'd be the first player since Big Dog, Glenn Robinson, back in 1994 to lead the nation in scoring and be drafted first overall, and I think there's no doubt he will be.
Sean, I 100% agree with you. But MJ, Sean, I'm tired of being at a board. I feel like I'm back in school. So let's take it to the basketball.
Wait, hold on.
Right here.
I saw King's test scores. That's not good.
Wow.
All right, let's go.
Wow, okay. You know what, just for that, let me show you how.
You're going to put me on the defensive end. Okay, great.
Let me show you how A.J. DeBonsa gets to his spot. Because if it gets to his spot was a person, it would be A.J. Sean Farnham's going to guard me. He didn't play much defense at UCLA.
True.
So right now we're going to basically put
advantage you.
Right? So I want you to pay attention to my feet. If you get to a spot, it's a 3-level progression. On #1, look at this back push-off, this back leg push-off. When I do this, now Sean Farnham's going to back up. So now that allows me to get into my 1-2 and to be able to rise up. That's level 1. Level 2 right here. He's going to get up a little bit closer. Same thing. I'm going to push off. I'm going to make him drop his top leg. When I make him drop, his momentum goes this way. I see it, I rise up, and I stop and pop, all right? Level 3 right here. Same thing. I push off, I get there. Sean beats me to the spot, and now I hit up, bump off my body, create the separation, and at 6'9", nobody stopping that. It's not a charge. That is a block. That's an and one. We're going to get a bucket. A.J. DeBonsta is phenomenal.
Well, his shot creation, you're exactly right. His shot creation, and he played for a pro coach in Kevin Young that helped accelerate that growth aspect. So he's coming into the league already with a skill set and an understanding of what kind of plays he's going to have to make to be a star at the next level.
And when you talk about spacing, I think that's a massive thing that we overlook. I mean, he was able to go get buckets on a condensed court. When the spacing widens out, when it's one-on-one, he is going to be extremely hard to stop because of all the tools that we just displayed.
Yeah, okay, so let's take a look at the big draft board right now because A.J. DeBonsta is number 1.
Finally.
Darren Peterson is second with Cam Boozer taking that 3rd spot. Boozer heavily favored here to win the Wooden Award tonight at 9 Eastern over on ESPNU.
By the way, if you wonder why I'm wearing the black tie event,
that's why
I'm hosting the Wooden Award and presenting it tonight. It is the 50th anniversary of the award. This is the Heisman Trophy of college basketball. Great talent going to be there. I don't know who's going to win. We're going to find out together at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
It's a really good look. I'm actually feeling it. I don't see it too often, but I'm feeling it.
I want to be more casual with you, though, I promise.
I love an all-black moment. But what about Cam Boozer? I mean, he has just been a phenomenal, him as a pick.
Just think about the fact that 20, 10, and 4. Those numbers haven't been put up since there was this guy by the name of Larry Bird. I mean, he is so efficient in how he scores. He has great versatility, great size. He overpowers and bully balls his way to success at Duke. And really better numbers than really Cooper Flagg did a season ago, with a little bit less talent around him than obviously Cooper did. Conconipple pretty good. But Cam Boozer, I think his floor is the highest of anybody that's in this draft. His ceiling isn't as high, but his floor is higher than anyone else's.
And I love his IQ, and I think that right there is what separates him. So when you talk about a guy that's being ready from day one, that's Cam Boozer. But when you talk about potential, Sean Farnham, you talk about a guy who his upside is extremely high, Caleb Wilson. I mean, we saw the intangibles. He has things that you can't teach. His motor, the way that he plays hard for 40 minutes of a ball game, his athleticism, the way he can fly, the way he can pick up guards. I saw him this season be able to pick up guards 94 feet, stay in front, and not allow anything at the rim. I mean, those intangibles that you just can't teach is why I think when you talk about ceiling, you talk about potential, his is through the roof.
Well, and let's think about this. Down the stretch of the regular season, we didn't talk about him. Why? He was injured. He wasn't available to play for North Carolina. What I do love about Caleb Wilson, if you're going to give a comp, a young Jermaine O'Neal. He's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but once he gets there, he has a chance to be a star.
Yeah, that X factor should count for quite a bit. All right, guys, thank you so much.
I'll see you at the Wooden Awards tonight,
people. All right, stop playing. You're going to get sweaty in your suit. Coming up, the margin for error is gone, and one result